Yo, welcome to Yo Retro, man. It's so good to be back. I'm Chaotic BPR. With me, as always, those my co-host, half a dozen, man. Six. What's going on, man?
Yo, what up, YouTube? What's happening? The usual, bro. It's good to be back, man. Good to see you.
I know, man. I missed hanging out with you. I missed hanging out with everybody in chat, dude. I'm so good to see you again, man.
Yeah, man. You went to that Southern Fried Gaming Expo, huh?
Yeah, went and hang out with some of the Arcades Anonymous guys. I had Todd, Nerd Lounge Master 84, and Stock Jock, Daryl. They hung out with me down there. I got to meet Retro Ralph and walk around with him for a little while. And Stringer Films was there. There's also somebody that's high up in the Atgames Pinball's tournaments. High scores on tap. I met Papa Brad for the first time finally.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. So I had a great like community time, man. Just meeting new people and everything. And I met you in Cleveland, and I met the other guys in Cleveland. But Southern Fried was huge, man. It was just a big giant hotel, and they had several rooms, but they also had this main concourse area, which was just full of pinball machines, arcade machines, and vendors. And like celebrities and stuff like that. It was more focused on the different types of gaming you can do instead of like actual buying stuff and having like a small section. Like, to me, there was triple the amount of arcade machines than there was in Cleveland.
Yeah. How many years they've been doing that down there?
I think this was the 11th annual, so next year will be 12.
Yeah, I think they're only on like the third or fourth in Cleveland, so they could learn some lessons from Southern Fried too.
Yeah, for sure, and especially use that space more too, because there's still a lot of empty space in Cleveland, man. Like, they used half of that area.
Oh yeah, if that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of space they still got at the IX Center they could capitalize on. I think this is just getting started up here. So yeah, there's definitely some improvements they can make.
For sure. But like Southern Fried, man, they maxed out that space, like in like certain like ballrooms. They had a wrestling ring where they did like wrestling shows three times, a show every day while we were there. They had a rock band karaoke, a trivia night, comedy night, Saturday morning cartoons. Like, if you got there early, you could eat breakfast and sit there and watch Saturday morning cartoons with everybody from like the early 80s, the late 80s, early 90s. And then they had golly, I watched some awesome concerts from bands I never heard of, and like connected with some of them and everything. It was really, really an awesome experience.
You and Papa Brad should have got in there and wrestled, man.
It was like I only saw like Papa Brad towards like the end of the night, because he was always walking around doing like his media stuff, his press stuff, where
he was on his PD7, because that's how it was with PD7. We could hardly find him. He was always
you couldn't find him, man. He was walking and talking, man. So, man, it's good to see everybody, man. I just want to say what's up to everybody in chat. I just want to give a shout out to everybody. Corner K was here earlier. What's up, Corner K? Carl O, as always, man. Yo, it's good to always see Carl O. Penny K, as always, good to see you as well. MG, what's going on, man? I knew I loved you before I met you, K out of BP.
Yeah, what up, bro?
You're my boy. Oh, man. Papa Brad, there he is. Southern Fried Gaming Expo was the best ever. That's right. Jason Little Alien, the best moderator in the home arcade community.
What up?
Always good to have you, man. Gamer Fridge, yes, we are back. We are back, man. Back on that Sunday show, man. Best selection on games in the 4 I have been to. So yeah, it was I was great. I was very blessed to be there this year, man, and I can't wait for next year.
We're back like Robert Downey Jr., yo.
And Unc is here. Good to see you, Unc. And my content took a lot of time to make. Yeah, dude, you had a lot of footage, dude. You had a lot of stuff going on. So Man, it's so much to catch up on, man. Because like you had your thing going on the previous week, I had Southern Fried Gaming going on this past week, and now we're back. So a lot of things to catch up on, guys. Let's go ahead
Yeah,
and
yeah,
get
we missed a lot.
yeah, we have missed a lot. So let's get a little started, man. We're gonna try to get caught up. And then make sure you stay tuned to the end of the show because I'm gonna have a little surprise for everybody. Even half a dozen don't even know what's going on.
I'm clueless,
Yeah.
but that's normal.
So currently, right now, Atgames has a Christmas in July sale going on. As well as you want to say it, or as however you want to say it, man. Price has gone up on everything except for the Zen pinball packs. So now everything's $35. So if you take 20% off, you're only getting it back to almost still over the original price of what it was. Instead of $25, now they're like $29.
Yep, everybody. When them sales were happening that weren't Nod, everybody's like, "I'm gonna wait till Nod. I'm gonna wait till Nod and screw these sales." I'm glad I took advantage because
Nope.
everything went up.
Yeah, man. I couldn't afford jumping in on all these pinball packs, being a brand new owner and everything. I'm still recovering from
I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't either. But I sometimes it's just like with the pre-order when we pre-ordered the machine. Some of them, sometimes it's like I'm forward thinking like this will save me a couple hundred down the line.
Yeah, you invested, man. You invested
Yeah.
smartly with it. So good for you, man. I'm still enjoying my last day of Pinball Net. I think it expires today. So today is the last day of Pinball Net for me.
Yeah, I never used it.
You didn't have to.
I wish it was something I could have gifted, a viewer or something, but
Yeah.
I never used it.
But I will say, good thing for this because what I wanted to share was this is that Christmas in July sale that's going on. Here, I'll share it like this, man. In case some of y'all that didn't know that all the pinball packs are on sale, except for Zen, of course. But some of the hardware is still on sale, man. So if y'all are thinking about getting a 4KP, it's still a sale, man. Like basically free shipping if you think about it. Um,
Dinosaur Dynasty is on
yeah,
sale again. Oh, they got it, what, 100 off on all the actual
yeah.
machines.
So yeah, it's like $100 off the basic package, and then with the SSF kit pre-installed, it's like $250 off.
Mm.
So I mean,
Yeah, like you said, free shipping.
yeah, it's basically free shipping, man. It's the way I look at it. And the 15% off all the pinball packs drops it from 35 down to 29. It's still above what it used to be at 25, man. So we missed our chance, man. If you didn't pick up all these pinball packs back in the day, you're missing out, man. That are more expensive. Good thing for the HD owners though is nothing's changed, man. They're still $25. So if you have an HD or you're a new HD owner, you can still get the pinball packs of what they were, man. So kudos.
Charging us for the upres, the upscale.
Yeah. Uh the way I looked at it, man, is I wanted the $35 price increase to be on new packs from now on.
Right, not the
To
old
me,
one.
that would have made sense because that was basically new packs are going to be made for the 4KP,
Mhm.
you know, meant to be, they're not upres. They are built from the ground up for the 4KP and stuff like that. So that's the way I was hoping it was going to be. Stock Jock, good to see you, man. I'm glad you're here. I had a great time with you at Southern Fried. Carl O, as always, man, good to see you. Perfect Storm, man. So Perfect Storm Gaming. I was on their show earlier this week, actually. Sorry about that. I had a great time, man. They did a little interview on me and everything about my game room setup. And
Word. That's what's
yeah,
up.
yeah. So he's shouting out your game room setup, man. So that's he's in our Discord now. So look him up and everything. Talk to him, man. He's a good guy. That good group of guys, man.
Yeah, it's all right, man. It's a game room, They're all just sandwiched together at this point.
Yeah, but you also got you got the partycades and you got some modded partycades and stuff like that. You got some cool
Yeah.
stuff to show off, man. So
Yeah, there's a couple little hitters in there. I'll never part with.
yeah.
primarily my Attack from Mars, but yeah, my KI Pro, I'm fond of that.
Yeah.
Couple little mods, I did on some of these are dope. But Perfect Storm, appreciate you.
Yeah. Retro Lizard, man. Joel, it's
Yeah,
always good to see you, man.
yeah. You know what? We should put up a vote for them too. Which the 2 packs they like the most, if we can. That'd be dope.
I need to figure out how to do that. I'm still new to the StreamYard stuff and everything, man. So I'll check it out. So hopefully somebody will be able to help me out. I took advantage of 50% off packs with the ALP and the LP 4K. Carlo, you know about sales I don't know about. All right, man. So let's move on. Got some other stuff to catch up on. We got a bunch of stuff to catch up on, actually. And that is the Flipper Friends Week 4 tournament has started up. It started up on the what is it?
Says July 25th
July 25th to August
or
1st.
26th.
26th or August 1st? Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So teed off, House of Diamonds Retro and Arkanoid are your 3 tables that are eligible for the Flipper Friends tournament. I've actually already submitted some scores to all 3 of them. I'm very happy about my teed off score. I had like 800 million posted on that. And I do like it though when you post your score, if you don't beat your score on, your actual high score on the leaderboard, it will tell you like, hey, your score has already been submitted. You already have a score that's higher, right?
Yeah, previous high score has already been submitted to Atgames servers or whatever.
Correct. But it will post a message after that and says your score has been posted to a active tournament.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that little message. I never noticed that before, and I do like how that pops up. So I've already thrown in some scores for all 3 of these tables. I'm really happy about my teed off. I got to check it out later and see how well I'm doing. But guys, y'all want to jump in on a tournament? Is this for all? I think this is for 4K.
No, Flipper Friends is just 4K.
This is 4K. Okay.
Yeah,
Crap.
we did that on the last show because we were unsure.
I wasn't sure if they changed it or not because they did change the winners at one point because they were doing random and they said no, we need to honor the top 3.
Yeah, so I like this because you got that variety, right? You got some Gottlieb tables, Zachariah, and then you got your title tables. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a great idea. So,
but I haven't participated in this because the servers were down.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if y'all didn't notice, or I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all did notice, servers were down this weekend for a little while, and the way they posted it on Facebook pissed me off, right? So they posted like, hey guys, sorry the servers are down, and it's affecting certain, services. Being that it's the weekend, it may take us a little while to fix it. Hell no.
Yeah.
You don't answer like that. Like that's not the professional way to answer, man. So next thing you know, today the message pops up and says, hey, all services are back up and running. We will continue to monitor it throughout the weekend. That's the way you handle a situation.
I think that's because they got the bad feedback, like somebody was like, bro, you better get that IT guy in here on the week. Don't tell him you off on the weekend.
Yeah, you got to have somebody on call in case that kind of thing happens, man. Don't let that stuff go on like that. So I'm glad they were able to handle that and take care of it. So now you guys can get in there and get y'all scores and stuff, man, taken care of. Yeah, so screw the HD owners, basically, man. I hate it, man. No Ballers Left Behind allows HD players to play the same table tournament style if they want. It's run by Gregory from the community. I've never heard of that, so I got to check that out, Papa Brad. Yeah, if it's like the AC, it goes out at 6 p.m. on Fridays. They should put the leaderboards on the table while they're active instead of having them go to a website. You're right. You scan a QR code. Yeah. Okay, you scan a QR code. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything else.
Yeah. They could do a little work on their social skills for these tournaments, but it's
Score.
nice they got a couple little prompts that pop up and let you know when your scores are submitted and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I scored,
I
man. That's
scored.
good. I scored's the way to go. So yeah, I've been Papa Brad and Tim McCloskey. They do something like that. So I'm glad, man. Yeah, this is a perfect way to do it. So different tournaments, but same game, same games. Okay, so they're doing it with co-signing with it, man. Just get everybody involved and the
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
So that's a
cool.
great idea.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Keep me up with that, Brad. Send me a link or something in Discord or Facebook or something like that. I want to know more about it because I would love to participate in that and also to shout it out and shout the community out who's leading that.
Word.
That's totally the wrong giveaway, man. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Now, what is this? What's this poll results? The monthly Legends Pinball celebrations. You sent me this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they let us, vote on what our favorite table was out the bunch, so they picked certain tables for us to play, and then they let us pick what our favorite was out of that pack or whatever the case.
Okay.
So House of Diamonds won. Circus came in second. Caveman was third, and I believe
Mexico football.
Yeah, 86 was last. Yeah. Or I don't know what the thumbs up means, but I know House of Diamonds won that like by a pretty big margin.
Dude, I was playing House of Diamonds Retro. I hated it.
It's not that bad. I mean, yeah,
it's not that bad, but I just I don't like it compared to the deluxe.
You got to put yourself in a real retro mindset, and it's hard when you got all these dope ass, even technological kind of tables, like we're getting now, where it's like, yeah, you almost have to put yourself you literally have to put yourself in a mindset like you're in an old pinball museum to play some of them to enjoy them.
Oh, dude, that's another thing that was great about Southern Fried. Like they had a bunch of tables from the 60s and the 70s in there too. Good God. So they had a pinball table that laid flat, like vertical, straight up flat or horizontal. Sorry, horizontal. It's straight up flat. Like there is no incline to it whatsoever. It was called Pro Football or Touchdown or something like that. It was so unique, and it was right next to the Stern version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So while I was waiting for my turn to play that, I would play that that Touchdown pinball table from the 60s, dude. And I got to see the inside of Haunted House. Haunted House kept breaking down all weekend there. And the guy that was fixing it, he kept on working on it. He goes, man, this thing, I think I broke it on transporting it here. And I think that's the reason why it's giving me the bits. But I got to see the inside of it and everything, and that second play field and everything, and how that works. That was really cool. I wish I would have gotten some pictures, but I didn't want to bother the guy.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, the mechanics on these machines are incredible, bro. Even the old ones,
Oh man, I had me and my wife playing Haunted House last night. She tore my ass up, dude.
Pause.
Oh man, so here we go. We got this crazy cabinet announcement / leak.
Yeah.
I know everybody is covered it over and over and over again, but I kind of wanted to get your opinion, and I wanted everybody to hear my opinion, and also y'all people in chat. I want to hear y'all's opinion as well.
We want to argue live about this.
Yes. We want to debate this crap. So let's do it.
My initial reaction to this was just it was bad. I was really upset because I feel like it's almost, like when you see one of your friends keep making bad decisions after bad decision, you're like, bro, I love you. Why do you keep doing this? And they keep making Arcade 1-Up keeps making these weird decisions that I don't really understand, coming from a retro gamer, perspective. I didn't even understand this collab. Why would Midway work with whoever developed goldentee IT or whatever that is? this is just not a cabinet I would ever see out and about in an arcade. So I never understood the mashup. And then after like my initial reaction kind of weared off, I was like, okay, I see how in our community, look behind us, we don't have a lot of space. So a lot of us are limited on space. And then I kind of seen where somebody, where this might work for some people, even though it doesn't work for me, it might work for some people. And then even though it doesn't work for me, like, yeah, like if I absolutely didn't have goldentee or any of the Rampage games or like my Defender Partycade, this might interest me actually, just because it's almost like you're getting two cabs in one, but the control deck's pretty awful in my opinion. Like I'd have to see it, it's XL size, so it's a larger size control deck, so but it just seems like that right joystick is a hazard. If you're playing goldentee, somebody's gonna spin, and people are already complaining that there wasn't enough room between the trackball and the screen on most goldentee cabs. I believe the XL didn't have as many problems, but it just seems weird to me. It seems like a weird pairing, a weird decision. I'm surprised Midway or Warner Brothers, who owns Midway, even agreed to this like pairing. It's really weird to me. So I don't know. To me, it's an odd pairing. I don't necessarily hate it, but I don't necessarily like it at all.
Okay, good. I mean, it's great valid points, and I totally agree with you on a lot of that actually, because space is limited. I don't have a goldentee, and I'll tell you the games that I'm interested in. I'm interested in goldentee games, and I'm interested in Gorf and Sinistar. Biggest gripe of the community about some of these games is wrong controls. Um, Wrong controls for a lot of things. Like Defender, you cannot. You got two buttons to play with plus the joystick. So you got what? I forget the name of the controls. What backwards thrust and thruster or throttle,
Yeah, you got a bomb button
and
on
yeah, the
that.
bomb button, and then you have the it's not
Yeah,
warp, but I forget what it's called. But
I don't even know how you'll play some of the games on here. I heard people saying that how will you play tubing? I remember there was like I want to say like a Midway arcade like classics collection on like PS2 where you could use like I think L1 and R1 on the PlayStation controller to like basically like turn and paddle on tube in different directions. That's probably how to pull this off. But it all seems weird. That's my biggest fear is like, are the Midway games going to suffer due to this control panel? You know,
right,
because if the Midway games are suffering, why are you buying it then? If it's just, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't that one of the biggest gripes about in this community was having dedicated control panels that are authentic and work with the games that are on the lineup. I thought that was like one of the biggest issues we always had with Arcade One Up was making sure the control panels match the actual control schemes that the games offered. And now we're back to the control panel. We don't even know how it's going to work for the games that are on there.
right. So I mean, obviously, and a lot of other YouTubers have gone through this and everything. So it looks like it's based off of like the home arcade company that back in the day of what's it called? Chicago Chicago Gaming Arcade Legends. It's built in that style. So it's got the goldentee style cabinet, but it also has a mishmash of games built into it. So in this case, you got in the case of this one right here, it's goldentee, and it's got Taito games, it's got Elevator Action, Space Invaders, Arkanoid, stuff like that. That's what people have seen in the past. Go away.
Yeah.
And something like this is a full size cabinet and everything. This is meant for the home arcade, but back in the day where they didn't make like cheaper versions of stuff, right?
Right.
They
Like
made full sized arcades back in the day.
like
Um,
Pac-Man Pixel Bash style.
yeah, and it was like multicade stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's the exact same concept, really. as this. It had a, but this has Atari games, Midway games, Taito games. It was a real multicade. So it just seems like to me, in my opinion, what Arcade One Up has done here is just said, you know what, we're going to take whatever licenses we got left, and that's basically Golden Tee and some Midway games, and we're going to throw this on a one cabinet, and basically,
Yeah,
I think Costco has a lot to do with it as well, with the decision making, because Costco, I think, ordered 12,000 of these, according to like James Hates Everything. Costco ordered like 12,000 of these, and Arcade One Up said, okay, y'all didn't want Star Wars XL, y'all didn't want Mrs. Pac-Man XL. This is what y'all wanted. Okay, well, $5.99 it is, and this is what you get. Um, I'm not a fan of the J panel arcade classics thing right there. I mean, I appreciate the artwork. It looks, cool, but not for this kind of thing. And the half and half marquee, whatever, man. Let's see. Let's get a closer look at it. I like the
yeah.
colors and everything, but look, this is not this is not this is not arcade nostalgia at all. It's like this doesn't fit anything that Arcade One Up has done before. Arcade One Up was what a
This
lot of
is
people have loved, is what the nostalgia factor that you brought up, like close to replicating real cabinets that you would see in an arcade. This is replicating a home arcade product of the past, in my opinion. That's the way I would say it, right?
yeah, I really think it's like, to be honest, it's nostalgic to arcade one up owners probably only. Like, who else does this really speak to other than the current demographic that they have? To me, I
Yeah.
don't. I think it literally, the combo cade, the packing 20 games, and this whole thing, to me, it only speaks to people that are in our community that are limited on space. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people are walking in Costco going, "Oh, this is the coolest thing ever." It's got, I remember Rampage and Golden Tee and this and that, and maybe, who knows.
And
I'm really worried about the control schemes on these games. Like, I've seen people go through the menus. I'd really like to see them go through what the control schemes are on these.
yeah, I saw PD7 go through it on his walk and talk. He was really showing off everything that you could do. Um, and he even seemed confused. He's like, I don't know what button to press. Why is this button here? Apparently, in Paperboy, you can use the trackball to steer, which is
Yeah,
interesting. I've never seen that before. So
yeah, that's the thing that for me is like, yeah, like if we stop talking about how many games are on this, if we stop talking about, how you could save space and get the two cabs almost in one, like, but if you focus on how are these games going to play,
yeah,
that's where I really think you need to draw the line on, like, are you going to enjoy this if you pay almost $600 for it? Are you going to get an enjoyable, even Golden Tee experience out of it with them joypads or with the joysticks and the buttons right there? Like, are you going to be able to actually play Golden Tee enjoyably, you know, and
yeah,
correctly with those in the way or those on the sides? Yeah, you might, but when you bring over a couple buddies, they have a couple beers, or they're gonna be smashing them thing. Who knows?
yeah,
Uh, and then on top of that, past, because Golden Tee is just a trackball. Now you got what 10 other games or whatever the case that you don't know how most of those are gonna play with two buttons.
right, right,
I mean, Rampage will play fine. I imagine Gorf will play fine. Root Beer Tapper will play fine. But Defender, certain games, I'm not even sure how they're gonna play.
right, right. Yeah, I mean,
Paperboy, is gonna be awful. Like,
and another thing that bothers me is you got all the games listed on the side of the panel, on the side panel.
Sinistar don't have the right joystick.
Yeah. And Papa Brad says it best. This is everything wrong with Atgames arcade, the Legends Ultimate. Moved over to Arcade One Up. So basically, you got this multicade with all the games listed on the side panel, and just a mismatch of stuff. Man, it just don't work.
Yeah.
But MG agrees with you, man. If you buy this, you're part of the problem. They're going to keep scramming this down our throats.
Pause.
But aren't we forgetting it's more likely this was at Costco?
Boo. I don't like this.
Yeah, you don't like this cab?
I don't like it.
Yeah. At first, man, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like Gamer Fridge says, at least it doesn't have Mortal Kombat on it. Because if it had Mortal Kombat joystick and buttons mixed with the trackball in the middle, this would not work. There's no freaking way this will work.
But it's got Defender, and it's got Tubin, and it's got Sinistar, and it's got all these games that don't have the right controls anyhow too, and we should be just as vocal about that, but there's no point in being vocal with Arcade One Up. They don't fucking listen to us anymore. They used to at one point, but now they're just literally doing this kind of shit. What is like you said, they work for the retailers. No, not us.
Yeah. So let me ask you this theoretical question, because I want to know. Costco, if they ordered 12,000 of these.
Shit, I was gonna say 12 million. God damn.
If it's anything like Pac-Man XL, what happened to Pac-Man XL? And it goes from $5.99 and it drops down to clearance sale $2.99. Would you be willing to pick one up?
No.
No,
this will never make it in my lineup, unfortunately. I mean, this is just not for me. I told Unc, he's got a golden tee. I was like, he's got the OG golden tee, the very first one they made. And I told him, hey, if yours ever died, this might be an option for you, because he's got Rampage also. I was like, if them cabs ever died, or you wanted to get rid of your old Rampage and get rid of your old golden tee, you could potentially get this. And you got access to the online leaderboards. You got the bigger form factor. He didn't seem too interested in it, but
yeah,
this only appeals to me, to people like that, where they're a little bit tired of their old golden tee, or maybe their Rampage took a crap on them and they want that game back, and they want a little variety. They're limited on space, but this really, like I said, this is a really niche. I don't understand who this is for, to be honest.
I mean, I could see this for, like, Game Fridge says he talked to a normie who loves golden tee, and he says he was excited about this. I think there's a lot of people that were in PD7's video that were playing it and walking past it and looking at it and checking out the box and turning it around and stuff and seeing what was on it and shaking their head in approval. It's just there's going to be interest out there, especially if you see it built in the store like this and see it playing and see what it offers. People who have no idea what it is, they'll be more into it.
That normie comment was, that makes more sense to me, because people who just don't know no better, who remember Defender but they don't, what I mean? They're just going to be pressing buttons and not knowing the difference. But it's not for us.
Yeah,
in my opinion. But maybe somebody in our community, I guarantee somebody from our community is going to buy this. They're going to review it. They'll have a whole live stream about it, and we'll get to see like how bad some of these games actually play.
Yeah. Now, so yeah, well said, half dozen from Papa Brad. Now, I will say, if it drops down to $2.99, I would be more interested in it, because I don't have a golden tee, and I do love me some Sinistar, man. I played that a lot at Southern Fried, so I would like that. Maybe I could do some kind of like reskin or something like that down in the in the future, but $5.99, it's not for me, man. I'm not one of those type of that's just like, I gotta go out and get this. So
I got all these games on my Defender party case. So outside of Golden,
and I'm jealous of that too, because that's so hard to find.
Yeah, but that's the only reason why I'm not really interested, is I got all these on a party cade. I'm goldentee. I'm not gonna put that in my lineup. Unc has that. That's kind of like I go to his house to play that sports game, and he can come here and play football.
Yeah. I would rather just get a multi-K at that price. $5.99. Yeah, I'd rather just buy ALU and just be done with it.
Right. See, there's so many other options at that price, and if you
Yeah.
are limited on space, I would say wait,
Just
or
wait,
find something you really
wait.
want. Find something you really want. There's other options out there.
Yeah.
This,
I totally agree with everybody in chat, man. It's just $2.99. I probably would jump on this just so I could see what kind of modding expectations I could do with it. Technically not a technician. Also commented on my community post about this because I would get it just to see what I could mod to it. But
yeah, I'm
not
not gonna
not
I'm
a
not gonna
$5.99.
really knock anybody for buying this. You know what I mean? But I still would like to see how the Midway games function.
Yeah, and that's also another thing, Papa Brad. With the new ALU, the new version of it coming to Sam's, I got a Sam's in my town, not a Costco. Costco is like almost 100 miles away from me. ALU, I got a Sam's in town. So once that comes out and see what that's all about, that might be something I'd be more willing to pick up.
What's next?
So moving on. I don't think I did a banner. Yes, I did do a banner for it, and that's going to be these little things that you found.
Yeah.
And let me move us out of the way.
Well, we're not in Japan, and I don't think most of any of our viewers are, but hopefully these come to the States because I think these are cool, bro.
Or at least let them be orderable for us and everything to be shipped here.
Yeah.
Are these actually licensed by Nintendo?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's it's a Nintendo licensed product, and then I've told you before, or I briefly mentioned on stream before, like I work in healthcare, and there's a lot of people that like fidget spinners and stuff like that. People that are suffer from autism and stuff like that. Like things like this are great for them. You know what I mean? And I love it because it's retro too. So
it's nostalgia as crap, right?
Yeah. It'd be cool to have on your little keychain.
So at Southern Fried at the Stern booth, they had pinballs, like actual pinballs you can buy for $1. I bought one as my little fidget spinner thing or fidget gadget. I actually like roll it around in my fingers and everything, and because it just because that's what I really enjoy now is a bunch of pinball stuff, and I was really feeling that kind of stuff at Southern Fried. So they're offering them for $1, like a whole box of them. So I just grabbed one and paid $1, and now I carry it around wherever I go and just roll it around.
Yeah. Which one of these would you get if you got one?
Oh man, it's gonna be that Super Nintendo for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking I like the Super Nintendo, and then I kind of like that N64 joypad one too.
Yeah, the N64, and I also like the GameCube one too. So
yeah, the GameCube's dope.
You enjoy handling balls, Brian. It's all good. Yeah, you're
right. Oh, he got you.
That's my boy. I knew it was coming, man. So I kind of just kept going for you, buddy.
Big paws.
Yeah, man, you got me.
Yeah, little stuff like I think Nintendo can make a lot of money doing little stuff like this, bro. That the retro community would buy it.
For sure. I'll be in my corner since I broke chat. Cut me, Mick. Real quick, man. So you also sent me this real quick, and at first I was like, this has got to be fake, right? So the Sega versus Capcom deal, I was like, that's got to be fake.
It's not fake, but it's not officially licensed.
It's not officially licensed. So what it is, guys, is if you know Mugen, Mugen is like a fighting game, open source fighting game engine.
Yeah.
It's very similar to that. It's called. I just had it in my head too. Let me click this link real quick now.
Oh, you're talking about the program this runs through?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the roster, bro. They got Knuckles. They got a dude from what was that Saturn game, Knights, something like that.
Yeah.
They
And
got,
what else is crazy to me, guys, and I'll share the video with y'all on the screen here as soon as I can pull everything up, is that they got the voice actors from the games too. Like they got community support from the people that actually voice characters in these games before.
yeah, that's crazy. They got dudes
So,
from Virtua Fighter.
boom.
Yeah,
So
play this for them. Show them this. This is crazy, bro. I was blown away how good this looks.
You better keep up.
Go full screen on that.
oh, my bad.
Nice.
So yeah, y'all see it's in beta right now.
Yeah.
It's really cool, man. I like it. So it's very similar to Mugen and
Mhm.
open source, man. It's in beta right now. I don't know if it's an open beta, but it's stuff that you're gonna be able to download onto PC and be able to mod it and be able to play it. And I
Yeah.
think they're opening up like an online server too for you to be able to play online.
Yeah, it's one of them things where I hope it almost inspires some of these companies to see the IPs they have, and if they do crossover shit, how much money they can make, you know?
Yeah. So let's look at this roster again. Got beautiful. I see Beautiful Joe. I see was that Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 4?
The art style is even almost a Beautiful Joe kind of art style. I'd say, you know, all the characters, the way they kind of drew them.
Yeah. Chun-Li, Ken, Ryu,
Strider.
Yeah, Strider. And then
You got a dude from Devil May Cry, Dante, I think, down there.
yeah, that's Dante. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Is that what's her name was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2? Is that her down there? And that looked like one of the Darkstalkers.
The Red Sonja type girl.
Is that Dominic or whatever? One of the Darkstalkers or whatever he was.
God.
He was like the vampire.
Like Dante. I forget his actual name.
I don't think his name was Dante. I think that was the Devil May Cry dude. I think his name was like Dominic or something like that.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Fuck it.
Yeah. So yeah, Game of Fridge. It is pretty much like Mugen, but it's a different fighting engine. I forget the name of it. I'll post it later when I find it. It's on their Twitter page or whatever. But yeah, you got Space Channel 5 in there. Zoom in.
What was it, Jet Set Radio or whatever that. See the dude with the headphones, wasn't that game where you'd slide on the rails and shit? It was like,
yes, I believe so. Yeah, what is that, a Sega game? Yes, it was a Sega game.
Yeah, because when we did a show a couple months ago or whatever, they were doing like a re-release of that game.
Yeah, you're right. It is Jet Set Radio. Below that is Space Channel 5. You got Mega Man. You got the girl from Darkstalkers. You got. Is this the guy? That's Frank. Frank, whatever his name is, Frank from Dead.
Yeah.
That zombie game.
Yeah, Dead Rising.
Dead Rising. Yeah, that's it. They're doing a re-release of that too. So.
And then Knights or whatever, wasn't that the name of that Saturn game?
Thank you, Papa Brad. Thank you, Steps Gaming. It's Dimitri. I could not get it off the top of my head, man.
We were close. We were kind of close.
Yeah. Thank you, Carl.
Dimitri, yeah. We needed that. Dead Rising. Rose. Yeah, it's a pretty good roster right there.
Yeah, for real. I look, I could see the roster expanding in some kind of way. You would see some Alex Kidd, some Altered Beast characters.
Leon Kennedy over there from Resident Evil.
Yeah, you got Shinobi. Shinobi would be cool to add that. This thing, you could expand this roster, really, man, or do a sequel to it.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully,
Sega do like a Marvel versus Capcom, but Sega versus Capcom 2, and then like have like 65 different characters and stuff like that.
Hopefully, Sega and them don't shit on this, but we'll see.
Oh man, the meetup's coming soon, man. We always save the meat and potatoes for last,
Yeah.
But man, I appreciate you sharing me on this. I'm gonna keep close look at this because I like this Mugen, this fighting community stuff. So that was cool, man.
And it's retro.
Yeah, and it's retro as hell. So
All right,
got
y'all. We need to know in the chat which one of these packs y'all like the most.
yeah,
If you could only pick one of these 2 packs, which one do y'all like the most?
And those of y'all that have bought both of these packs, played both of these tables, either through FX on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, or even on the 4KP, if you've played both of these, which one, man? Is it 1 My Little Pony or 2 Garfield, man? Put that stuff in the chat, man. 1s and 2s. Let's see some 1s and 2s in chat based on, is it My Little Pony number 1, 2 as Garfield? Which one of these 2 is the best? Because we're kind of polarized between me and half a dozen. I was all My Little Pony when it came out, but after playing Garfield, I have turned a page. I'm all about Garfield, man.
He put up a high score. And now he feels some type of way about Garfield. Let's be honest. The 2s are coming in for Garfield.
That's right. See, so I'm telling you right now, man, that Garfield table is so much fun.
My guy right here, my guy.
There you go. But let's talk about My Little Pony first. And I'm going to share some gameplay from Tim McCloskey, right? Arcade Talk. Get that, subscribe to his channel for more like 4KP stuff and everything. But I mean, this is how the table plays, man, and it's really cool. It's very colorful. The missions are really easy to start, and they're not that hard to complete. To me, it's very, very fast. The only thing that's really annoying, in my opinion, is the little voiceovers, man. Like a little squealing and how as much as she talks, I'm just like, okay, I got to turn this down a little bit.
Yeah, that's the most annoying part, is definitely the voiceovers. But outside of that, bro, this table is excellent, man.
Yeah.
Like I really was unsure how I was gonna feel about it. You know what I mean? Just the theming, it ain't me, But
I told you though, didn't I? I told you. I was like, dude, I'm not.
The gameplay, bro. Just the table layout alone it's a really good table layout, bro. I don't know. It's just fun. You end up. I that was the first thing for me, I was like, oh my god, these voiceovers are gonna drive me insane. But after a while, like after hearing the same couple clips so many times, I don't hear it, and then I just get absorbed into playing the game. And bro, it's actually a really good table, bro.
Yeah, I told y'all it's that good, man. It's fun. Even picking the skill shot at the beginning, or what reward you would get if you get it just right. The multi-ball is the hardest thing to get, in my opinion, because you got to go up a certain ramp and you got to hit that upstairs flipper up there to hit it into the slot. It is a little bit hard to time, and you got to do it a lot. I think 8 times, right?
Yeah, you got
because it's 8-ball multi-ball.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to unlock, but yeah, and then it's just madness once you do unlock it. So it's hard to even rack up points, But
and the missions are located on the side, and they highlight randomly depending on what ramp you go up. But you could do the same mission over and over and over again. Even if you just complete one task, you complete the mission, you can still do it over and over and over again. So there's like one mission that I had a hard time starting, so I couldn't get the ultimate, wizard mode.
Right.
But
this was the first table I think I got wizard mode on, where I was like, oh shit.
And you got it. You can get it really quick if you go up all the ramps correctly, like really, really well.
Yeah, I'm a brony now, son. I'm a brony now. It won me over. I wasn't sure about it. Now I'm a brony.
I told you would be, man. So
now, did you have a lot of trouble with flipper lag on this table?
No, it was very easy to, I adapted to it immediately, because there is some there. It's it's in every single Zen table, but to me, I was able to quickly like adjust to this one after even like one ball or
Yeah,
just a couple flips. I was like, got the timing down, not a problem. So
yeah. One thing I will mention that DMD screen seems to lag a little bit when you're doing this part right here where you got to choose your skill shot.
mhm.
You'll see it kind of lag a little bit, and if you give it like 5-10 seconds, it'll kick back into
Like it's
normal speed.
restarting.
Yeah, it's almost like it take a second for it to process what that DMD is doing, and then once the processor kicks in, it
So
starts moving normal speed.
So I wonder if they're using like an image file, like an animated image file, and it's just like recycling, like reloading up every
Oh
time it
yeah,
gets
yeah,
past the
yeah.
list.
hmm
So that could be this. That could be the reason why there's that lag or jump.
It's just like when it first starts up, there's a
Hmm.
little bit of lag to that DMD screen. But as far as flipper lag, bro, I've already had, like I told you backstage, I've had people give me shit in the Facebook groups. I'm not experiencing this unplayable flipper lag everyone's bitching about. I have not experienced that since Adam's Family.
Right.
You know, so and I experienced a little bit of it on the first Star Trek pack, but after that, it's been pretty much smooth sailing. Or I actually just adjusted to the flipper lag Zen tables have, but I'm having a good time playing these tables. This table in particular, bro, like, we were all getting up there. Me, you, Papa Brad, everybody, Unc, everybody was battling on the leaderboards on this.
Yeah, that and Trolls, man. Trolls was also like one of those cutesified tables and everything, but surprisingly, it's fun, dude. It's like it was the number. It was my favorite table. Your favorite table in the DreamWorks pack, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. But this table in particular was the first I've seen like everybody almost in a Discord and everything, kind of like it was like we made a joke out of it, a bunch of grown men battling on My Little Pony, bro. But it became competitive because of that, and then everyone was like really battling for them top 10 leaderboards.
Yeah. And for the people that are like hating on it, saying I'm not buying this crap, it's $5, dude. It's cheaper than a Big Mac. Like,
Yeah, yeah, and you
come
get
on,
to
man.
keep it.
Why are you
You
gonna
ain't.
deny? Why are you gonna deny yourself $5 worth? Pay $5 to have some fun, dude.
Yeah, and if you got a daughter or something, bro, she would love this, bro. This
Oh,
is right.
my kids were playing the hell out of this, dude.
Yeah, so it's a fun table, bro. I like it, and I'm a grown ass man, bro.
Yeah,
So
there ain't no shame in that. Oh my god, another Atgames shield show. No, we're a My Little Pony shield show now.
yeah,
And Trolls and
if you
Garfield. Like I
if
love cutesified things now.
if you didn't know, this is a brony shill show. Get it right. We're here to sell rainbows and unicorns.
Yeah, if they can pull these off better, if they can pull these off, better is coming. Man, I hope Godzilla Pack really happens at the end of this month. I really
Zen
hope it happens Wednesday.
Zen has slower flippers, but Carlos says Zen has slower flippers than Magic Pixel. Yeah, that
Yeah,
I'm not saying they don't. But then you could say the Gottlieb has floaty ball physics compared to Zen, right? So we could go back and forth all day on the differences between the physics and the flippers. But me personally, I think if most people would just actually play these tables and quit comparing them to the other developers, they might have some fun. One thing I've noticed in this community is just, bro, like, and it's not even just this community. It's basically now it's like a thing online. Like you see it in the Star Wars fanboys, you see it in the Marvel community. Marvel's dead. Oh, Marvel's back. Marvel's dead. Marvel's back. They can't make up their fucking mind. Like people just they just want something to bitch about and something to complain about, and then they want to feel a part of something, right? So if 9 people are bitching, they want to be the 10th person in that group bitching too. I'm not saying that there isn't flipper lag and that there aren't issues to be addressed. I just kind of feel like, the loud majority, just because they're louder doesn't mean they're always right.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And how the fuck are we all having fun battling for high scores on these if it's so fucking unplayable?
Yeah. Yeah, totally different things, man.
Care Bears table would be fire.
It would be, dude.
Let's go.
Yeah, give me a Care Bears table, man. I hope somebody in the VPX community is doing that, dude. That'd be dope. But let's talk about My Little Pony's competition tonight when it comes to like this awesome releases, right? We got
Bring them out.
Garfield, bro.
Bring them out. Bring them out.
Dude, what is so awesome about this table in your opinion?
All right, so this table basically, at first, my first thing with this one was like I was comparing it to MLP, right? Because they're both $5 tables. They're both kind of cartoon based tables, or this is actually based on a comic strip originally, but yeah, like, basically animated theme kind of. These are younger themed, I would say. Yeah, this is aimed towards a younger demographic, these kind of tables, and
yeah.
I wasn't initially, I was like, damn, I like MLP more. Like, I just thought it had the better table layout. It's the better table. And I still do feel that way. Like, I think MLP is the slightly better table. But this table really grew on me just based on the theming, bro. Like, just the fact, like, I like the voice acting much more. I could listen to Garfield talk all day before I listen to them damn ponies. And just the whole theming, the feeding them, getting the lasagna, the table's fun, bro. It's a blast. I'm not as good at you. You put up a real high score. Which you were number one for a few days there.
I was number one for 3 days, and I just looked today, and I've been pushed back. I've been pushed down to number 3, man. So I'm still enjoying my 64 million point score, though, man.
Yeah, tell them how you did that.
So turns out what you want to do is you want to knock the ball up all the way up to those 3 bowls at the top, which are bumpers basically. And you want to keep bumping those until they hit 0. Once they hit 0, it scores multipliers. And the more times you do get those multipliers up, it becomes feeding time. And you want to feed Odie and you want to feed Garfield. So every time you hit one of these lit up ramps where their faces are, you feed them. And every time so it got to the point where I got my multipliers up to 2 million per feeding. So every time I went up a ramp, 2 million points because I fed Garfield, 2 million points because I fed Odie. And it kept going up. Now, if you hit that red trash can, which at first I didn't know what the hell it was, but yeah, it's a red trash can. If you hit that, you will knock down these ramps that go down where the lit up mouses are, or mice, and you can do ball locks. So I ended up locking both balls and getting mouse multi-ball, which is 2 balls. Well, if you go up the middle ramp where that pizza spinner is and go up the center, you can lock your ball into the oven, which creates lasagna multi-ball. And what I did was I had mouse multi-ball and I had lasagna multi-ball at once. So I had 5 balls, 5-ball multi-ball going around. And I still had my feeders or my feeding time ramps going on. So I was just going up ramp, getting 2 million for every time I was going up ramps. So before I knew it, man, and I finally lost my multi-ball and I lost my last ball because all this happened on ball 3. I was at 64 million. I was like, oh my gosh. It was that insane. And the ball will go fast if you go on those outside ramps. On the inside ramps, when it's coming down, the ball moves slow enough to where I can actually focus on it and I can actually control it. But on those outside ramps, it's kind of like Borderlands, where you have to be quick to react, or you have to try and stop it in a way to where you can get control of it. But yeah, it was insane. Like I was going all over the place on Garfield, dude, and I think that's what really hooked me. So Joel, I'll see you later, man. I don't blame you. Go watch some of that Game of Thrones action, dude.
Yeah, man, that's for me, bro. Like, This is another table where like I didn't really have no big issues with flipper lag. I think it's a steal for $5. I would recommend people buy this table. You know, it's just under, like, if I had to rate this in MLP, I would rate this just under it, but
Yeah.
it's just as good of a table. I mean, it's debatable, bro. I think it's subjective. If you like Garfield, you'll like this table more. I'm rating them off basically just the enjoyment factor I had playing between the two tables. You know, the one thing that's more annoying, I think, on MLP is the voiceovers. But if you could get past the voiceovers, I think it's a better pinball table. But this is a really fun table, bro. There's nothing really not to like about this. You know, if you even remotely thought Garfield was cool when you were a kid, like this will bring back all that, you know.
If you're around 40 years old, you grew up watching Garfield, or at least looking at comics and stuff in the newspaper, man. So,
or if you're like me, you watched a lot of Heathcliff, you know.
Oh yeah, Heathcliff, Garfield and Friends and stuff like that.
He was like the ghetto. To me, he was like the ghetto Garfield. You know?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. He was like the Sega's Mario. But great table. Don't sleep on it. If you haven't bought it or you're skeptical about buying it, buy it. It's $5. It's a really good table, man. Everybody in this chat will tell you about it too. It really is a good table. I will say though, like because like Attack from Mars is one of my favorite pinball tables of all time. It has a little, I guess, a little homage to that, where before you start your shot, hold the left flipper button and then plunge your ball or hit the launch button, and the ball will go around, and you got to hit the spider that's moving around or hit the red trash can for a 2 million point
$2 million skill shot,
super skill shot. Like it's hard to hit, but if you hit it, dude, it gets you on that high score quicker.
It sends you on the path to thinking you're gonna put up a really high score quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it took me a second to figure that out too, holding the left flipper, and that's how you get the super skill shot as opposed to the regular skill shot on the like ice cream bowls above or whatever those are.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys,
so what would you like this table? You said more than MLP?
I love this table, and it's not because I got the high score, because it took me at least like 20 tries to get to the score I got. When I first watched videos on this table, I wasn't happy about it. I was just like, okay, whatever. Playing it though is a different story. It's a lot of fun. The modes are cool, and it's not hard. It's not hard to not understand. Like, it's not hard to understand at all. Like, one ramp is to get flowers for your girlfriend. One ramp is to load feeding time. Another ramp gets the mailman, and you got to hit the mailman that's walking across the field. Another one is the angry dog. You got to hit the angry dog that's walking across the field. Another one is you can swap if you hit the refrigerator, you can swap the trash can for a TV remote, and it's a spinner. You go through that, spin that enough times, you start TV mode, where Odie wants to watch certain things on TV. That's a different mode, and you just go up just one ramp and you'll change channels, whatever, and that gives you like 500,000 points every time you change channels. And each mode's on timers, but you can get extension times. You can just get some major points, and it's not hard to activate any of these modes.
Yeah, I have trouble. I'll like hit the trash can, then I'll switch to the remote, then the trash can, then switch to the remote. You know, like a lot of times I'm switching and I'm not getting the actual objective.
Right. And you want to hit the trash can to try and get ball locks for the mouse multi-ball. But you want to swap it to the remote to try and get more, different game modes. And also to try and get, because there's another multi-ball that you can get 8 balls. And I think it's like oven. It's like the oven. You lock the balls in the oven, but you have to do a certain ramp. I haven't figured that one out yet.
I think you just go up the center there.
Yeah, you either go up the center or something like that, but you can do like an 8-ball multi-ball game, and I don't know. That's crazy.
MG's hitting on you. He's trying
No,
to slide in your DMs.
my wife was distracting me. She had to leave real quick and wouldn't tell me why when she walked by. So, yeah, dude, great table. I'm really excited to see what the software update does this weekend, or on the 31st. And I'm
Bill
excited.
Murray. Oh, I'm sorry, MG. Bill Murray was the voice of Garfield.
He was for a little while.
For one movie.
And then they also had the guy that did the voice of Bill Murray's character in the real Ghostbusters do both as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I
they got
never knew
him
that.
back. So yeah, and a lot of people's gripes about this table is that John's voice and Garfield's voice are too similar. Like it's the same guy. You can tell it's the same guy, but they sound exactly the same. Yeah, you're not crazy.
That's nitpicking at that point, but yeah.
Brian, can you do the update live? Update what, Carlo? Tell me about it.
Do it live. Fuck it. We're gonna do it live. Fuck it.
I'm not sure what update. But yeah, so we had these cool screenshots, man. I'm sorry, I wanted to show gameplay video instead of just having us talk over it. But yeah, this is some great wallpaper art that half a dozen made, man. This is good stuff, dude. I love it.
Yeah, and we'll finally get to do our Godzilla next week.
Yeah, hopefully. Hell yeah, dude. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, we had that show planned about 2 months ago.
Oh man, I'm so excited about that.
Community spotlight time. Ray in the house.
Ray, you still in the house? There you are, buddy. You're still in the house. This is about you, man. And I know some people in the community too are going to be super jealous of this artwork too.
Go Ray. It's your birthday. Go Ray. It's your birthday.
Oh, can you do the update live? I don't know. I don't know now. I have no idea, man. We'll see.
So check out what Ray did with his 4KP, man. He basically turned this into a creature from the Black Lagoon. He said for that control panel, though, he felt like the Monster Bash had a little more theming to it, so he wanted a Monster Bash the control panel, but everything else is creature from the Black Lagoon, bro.
Exactly. So
not only did he do that, he also added that launch button I wanted people to check out.
There it is right there, guys. He added a launch button right underneath the plunger, and that gives it like a more authentic feel when it comes to, say, like Attack from Mars and what other table used launch buttons. I think I don't think Creature used a launch button. I think he actually used a plunger.
Yeah, there's gonna be some more coming out. I think that Zen announced too.
But yeah, look at how beautiful this guy did this thing, man. This guy did the thing. This is beautiful. This is what I believe this is what Goofy Foot was waiting on, and Jason, I think you're waiting on this, or you're waiting on Twilight Zone. But the artwork on the side, man, Ray, did you get this from Buy Stuff, or did you get this from another company? Because not only that, but you did the lockdown bars in chrome.
Yeah.
You did the artwork all around, and you got the custom buttons for the start button and the back button, as well as the flipper buttons. This is great stuff, man. I love it.
Yeah. The only thing it needs is a new collector's plate.
Star Wars Next Generation table plays a lot better with that launch button. Oh, I bet.
You need a one-of-one collector's plate, Ray.
Yeah, you need to get rid of the collector's plate and just turn it into just creatures. One of one.
Yeah.
Limited edition.
Limited edition.
I swapped the option button to the yellow button. I just need a topper. Yeah, you need to get with either Buy Stuff or get with Joe Sabos and see if they can do something for you, man.
Yeah,
that would be dope for real. But I'm super impressed with what you did, man, and I like
we're a little jealous because we want a launch button on our machines too. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a launch button on our Attack from Mars cabs.
And see, like I want to do this too, but I'm like, God, man, I would have to drill a hole in it. I don't
Yeah,
want to drill a hole in it. I don't want to drill a hole in it.
yeah, I'm terrified. I wouldn't dare do that for the money I spent on this. So props to you for even daring to drill a hole in the front of your cab, bro.
Yeah, I was jealous of y'all's attack from Mars because it looks like a real pinball machine. They did great, man. Drill that sucker. Still waiting. I had to make a Creature Junior out of the micro. See, out of the micro, I'll be willing to drill a hole in it.
Yeah.
I was scared as heck to drill it, man. Oh, dude.
Yeah, I feel like I did that on one of my arcade one-ups. I modded my original Street Fighter 3/4 scale, and that shit made a mess, had me nervous as hell.
Oh, dude! Every single one of these back panels, I got drill holes done in them in the back panel because I can mimic chords or whatever. But
yeah, when it's on the art, it's a different feeling, bro.
Yeah,
when you start seeing that art tear up, you get a different level of anxiety.
Yeah,
but he knew he was going over the art, so that's kind of dope.
Yeah, well, that and also it is just a 1-inch hole. And the thing is, you knew it was going to work, right? You tested it before you actually drilled a hole. So you tested it to make sure, like, can I add a launch button? Will that work? Yeah, you already knew it would work. So you just get the guts about you and actually do a drill a hole in it, man.
Where'd you get the chrome panels?
Yeah, I would like to know about that too. Because it's not, I don't, because it looks just like an arcade one-up chrome panels, but I know they're not, man. They got to be somebody different.
Yeah, I'm just curious where you got them chrome.
It's a nice touch.
Chrome side rails there.
It's a very nice touch.
Because it's chrome tape. Wow.
It's chrome tape? That's tape?
Could have fooled me.
Holy crap.
Looks great.
I need to put some primer on it and really color it chrome. Holy crap, dude. It looks chrome for real. Like real chrome panels.
That's something I wish, buy stuff or somebody would offer. Just, if you wanted to add some flair to your 4KP, it'd be nice if somebody had some chrome panels for us. We could just unscrew the old ones off, put some chrome joints on there.
Yeah.
Some chrome Jones.
So yeah, man, we were proud to show this off with you in the community, man. This is great, dude. I love it.
Yeah, we're always proud to showcase community mods, but even more proud to showcase our viewers mods,
Yeah, for real. This is awesome, man. Kudos to you, dude. Like, round of applause.
Hey.
Yeah, if buy stuff sold chrome, I would totally buy it.
Same here. Name your price. I mean, maybe I don't know that I would for this one because this looks good on the black, but
yeah,
I guarantee there's a lot of people that would.
Yeah, for real. No, thank you, dude. Thank you for having the guts to do that and share it. I will say though, when I went to Southern Fried Gaming, I went by a booth that sold custom made launch buttons, light up launch buttons, like 3D printed for arcade for pinball machines, and they did have an Attack from Mars one. It was about the size of a $50 coin. So I was like, it's a little too small. I want something bigger. But I thought about you, Ray, when I saw that. I was like, man, if I was going to do that launch button, I want to do something like this. And I even talked to the people. I was like, can y'all do like custom buttons? They're like, yeah, man, just send us an email. We'll send you a quote. Just tell us what you want, and we'll see if we can make it for you. And so I do have that option.
So I bought, when I did my Fast and the Furious mod, I actually plan to do, like, I got the mods done quick, had that review up quick because I just know how this community is. Like, you got to be one of the first, right? Yeah. But I also wanted to mod it, so I got the mods out the way the first day. But I was missing like I had a light up button that I wanted for the nitro button. I was missing that at the time, but anyways, I had the light up music buttons and camera view buttons and all that, right? And I did the pedal mod, the buy stuff pedal mod on that. But I went and I bought the actual arcade nitro button in the arcade. I think I bought even the view buttons. Like, But then when I got them on the back, they had the arcade like 3 prongs as opposed to like the arcade 1-up where it's like positive, negative, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I had a brain fart and I didn't feel like I was just like, fuck it. And I just threw in regular light up buttons. But I was going to try to put in like a big, nitro button on that joint. And I probably still could. I still got the button, but I'd have to figure out the wiring aspect of that.
Yeah, because it should be what? Positive, negative, and ground, right?
Yeah, but maybe this one and the third might have been just to light it up. And I just wasn't in my mind. I wasn't just doing the math at the time. Like, I don't know.
I added the USB encoder to light up buttons. Okay, cool.
See, I might need something like that,
Papa Brad gave me that idea. Okay, nice.
You know me, bro. I
Yeah.
tend to think about mods more and then go, fuck it if it's too difficult. Like, fuck it. If I know it's gonna cause me too much of a headache, too much anxiety, I'll scrap the whole mod. But then if it's a mod I feel like it's almost plug and play, a couple screws, couple, button wire and shit like that, I could do no problem. But some shit like that's why like initially I was thinking I was going to mod all my 1-ups, and then I started leaning towards the ones that I had to do less modding on, like Blitz and shit, like where I didn't really have to mod nothing. I just put, I think, speaker grill covers on and lit up the coin doors. That was really it.
Yeah. The more you mod it, the more it feels like it's yours. You're not wrong, Ray. You're not wrong at all. I know how you feel about that.
That's true, but you can sometimes modding can be stressful.
Absolutely.
And expensive, and you gotta know when to draw the lines with these projects.
Expensive, stressful thing right there, man. I'll tell you.
Right, that's the thing. Like you have to know what you're getting into with some of these mods, because you can get yourself be $1,000 in on a mod where you're going, bro, this is a $300 cab. I didn't plan to spend this much on a 3/4 scale cabinet. I could have bought a real arcade for that price. So you gotta.
You're not wrong, but if you do it right, it means the world to you, man.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Like my Street Fighter Party Cade mod with the 99 lives panel, the Shinku PCB. I love this thing, bro. It's like one of a kind in my mind, It's maybe not one of a kind. I'm sure other people got this panel, but to me, it's like there's not a lot of them out there. They don't build them like this, put it that way, I got hap buttons, hap controls, it's fire.
Yeah, shout out to G.I. Joel. I can't wait to get my inline riser for my Big Blue. So that's going to raise it up a little higher and make it look like a deluxe model, but also get the new control panel because it's slanted from 99 lives, and it's going to be legit. I can't wait.
When you get that, let me know, because then we'll play a couple games online or whatever, Because I wanted to reach out to you, but you was at the Southern Fried Gaming Expo. I was gonna ask you if you want to play some Saturday Night Slam Masters, brother.
No, let's do it, dude. Hell yeah, dude. We'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
But guys, don't forget, man. We're part of Arcades Anonymous Discord. If you're not a part of that, man, hit it up. Join it up. That's how me and Six met here, as well as several other members. We're getting people joining all the time. I got Perfect Storm Gaming that just joined. From the people that just interviewed me, they're having a good time in there. And man, we have really great late night conversations and stuff, man. Just a lot of cool stuff, and a lot of people that are in the modding community that love to help each other. It's a great community to be a part of. So, man, join that Discord.
These guys.
Yeah. Now, it looks like that's all the time we have today, folks. But I told you at the beginning of the stream, I said, stick around to the end because there was something I wanted to show you. Something I wanted to show the community.
Oh, shit.
So,
this is our all shit segment. Oh, shit. What we about to bring?
So, y'all 4KP owners, y'all know about the VPX standalone. P-Dubs showed off a little bit with Nix and everything. Well, I'm part of that group, that beta testing group. And there's no restrictions on what we can show and stuff like that. We just have to make sure we're not sharing it. But I can show y'all some of the tables that I personally have tested and got working with the 4KP. So I want to go ahead and bring some of those out and let y'all see them, man. So I want to show y'all a little bit of progress that I've been making. So let me get these uploaded to the stream real quick, and then I will show 3 tables off that I personally have completed testing on and got them uploaded to the GitHub and everything.
Damn.
So here we go.
What's up? What's up next? What's up, P-Dubs, man? I reached out to him, man. They never got back to me.
Really?
I'm not an Illuminati.
I'm not a 4KP owner yet. Well, you will be, man. Just keep doing the thing, Danny. So first things first, you ready for this?
Yeah, I want to see this shit.
All right, man. So
Pause.
This is Roller Coaster Tycoon running on the 4KP standalone.
Oh, I like how they got the fake LED lights in the back there.
Yeah. And it's running at 55 to 60 frames per second, man. This is Stern's Roller Coaster Tycoon. No flipper lag whatsoever, dude.
Running USB.
Oh, running on a USB stick.
Yep. Natively.
Yeah. Running off the 4KP hardware.
Yeah, this is exactly what I said was going to happen.
Yep.
When people were... This is another reason why I wasn't in a big rush to go out and buy a super computer, gaming computer. I realize there's a lot of tables we're going to miss out on. But for me, like it's always been about playing natively these tables, and I already had a feeling this was gonna happen,
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of our community, and this is very enticing to say the least.
And this table right here, Roller Coaster Tycoon, is fun. But now I want to show y'all another table. This is going to be a homemade table, so it's not based off a real table or anything. But you would think it is a real table just based on the way it looks. But
yeah,
boom, Men in Black, dude.
Oh shit!
Running at 60 frames per second. And dude, this table's dope.
Yeah, this looks like it's taking the cake out of. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, if you ain't a 4KP owner, I don't know what you waiting on, bro.
This might even come to HD owners too, man. It's just gonna take a lot longer.
Well, yeah,
because it's a weaker chipset, but this can handle it.
Yeah, this table looks dope. The lighting effects are insane.
Yeah, the lighting effects are insane. The glow ball on certain missions, they'll glow a different color for each mission you're on.
The music's hitting. Come on now.
Yeah.
You got that Men in Black instrumental remix.
Yep.
Fire. Big Willie.
Yeah.
Damn, they need a don't say keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth remix. Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth.
But dude, it runs beautifully.
It looks great, bro. I can't wait to play this table.
Yeah.
I might have a hard time getting high scores because I'm gonna be over there shaking my ass. Hey.
If your balls glow for more than 4 hours, you're a damn lucky.
Yeah, or you live by a nuclear plant.
Right. And then last not least, this another table I've been working on, guys. This table is based off of a Stern table, and man, you can't really hear it. It sounds kind of low. I forgot to turn up the volume before after I recorded before I started recording it. So here you go. This is Lord of the Rings. But watch the DMD because it's got characters' faces, voices, and it actually when you do a mode, it'll actually play part of the scene like it's from the movie, but it's
Yeah,
pixels, you know.
you got Sauron's eye and all that.
SSF kit fully works. Here we
Yeah,
go.
that's the impressive stuff about me. To me, that they got the SSF kit working. Like, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I love this table.
Which is your favorite so far out of them?
This one and Roller Coaster Tycoon. I love the Men in Black one too, but earlier today I was playing somebody's Adams Family, and it's not the Zen version, but the actual table version.
Yeah, I know.
And there's no flipper lag. It works like the real table, man.
And looks a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing I will say though is like not everything runs. There's not all tables are going to be 4K,
60 frames,
and not all tables are going to be 60 frames. There's going to be some 1080p's. There's going to be some 900p's. There's going to be some 60 frames, 50 frames, 45 frames, and even 30 frames. But we're not going to put anything out there that we deem as unplayable or super ugly.
Yeah.
And plus it's VPX standalone, and it's continuing. It's brand new, so it's going to continue to be developed.
Yeah, the community's always making new tables for this platform.
Yeah. So not only making new tables for this platform, but they're also going to be optimizing the platform itself and making these tables run better and look better.
So since we're shilling, I guess it's safe to say the 4KP is still one of the best purchases we've made for our home arcades. And it's gearing up to be even better, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just be patient. Like, while Zen works their things out, Atgames works their things out, we're working on something that you can add even more value to it, man. And a lot of people are saying that, like, this is impossible. You can't get these tables running off of a USB stick. You need a PC. No, you don't.
Certain tables, yes.
Oh yeah,
but
for sure.
But we're going to be able to, like you said, the community is going to be able to add value to this machine. You know, and that's another thing about this community and just the general public, bro. They expect so much for free. Like, you know, people hate paying for music. They hate paying for games. You know, they'll download whatever they can for free. So, like, this is, like you said, the best part about this is that it's going to be free. People just need to be patient and also understand the limitations of the machine. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you want the full experience, you can still go gaming PC OTG and do it yourself. You know?
Yeah, because there is a thing called pup packs, which is basically triggered videos. If you ever walked up to a real Stern table, like a modern Stern table, or even like a modern Jersey Jack table, American pinball table, they have these big videos playing, and certain things trigger certain videos and music and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of hard to trigger on a thumb drive, you know, with simple lines of code. Yes, it can do it on some tables, but there is also some tables where that kind of stuff will bog down the RAM and bog down the memory and stuff like that and make the tables look worse. So certain tables that require like pup packs or videos and all that kind of stuff, we're kind of trying to stay away from right now until they get the stuff optimized. But tables like that I showed you here tonight, guys, like Roller Coaster Tycoon, it looks fantastic. It plays fantastic. The DMD works. It triggers like it's supposed to. And there is no required videos or music or anything that you had to add to it. If you want that kind of experience, yeah, go PC and get a very expensive PC so that you're able to enjoy everything at 4K on 60 frames, 90 frames per second, whatever you want to do.
Mhm.
But in this situation where it's not costing me anything but my time to set this up, this is amazing. And this proves that this kind of stuff can work. It also proves that the 4KP, the rock chip that they put in here, is capable of handling this type of stuff natively, not with no help or anything like that. More pinball for free is a huge win, and the VPX community is okay with this. We're not selling it, we're not making any money off of it. We're and plus we're giving all the credit to the table creators. So the people that actually built these tables to distribute for free are still getting the credit, and you're still able to buy them a coffee or donate to them or donate to a charity of their choice based off you downloading their tables if you want to. But this is a gift from them to you, and we're making it possible by testing this stuff for you. So yeah, this is a huge win for the entire community, and I hope everybody gets to enjoy this kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, and they're running contests. Nix is running contests and stuff like that where you can get on the leaderboards and basically get into the beta program, which is cool.
Yeah. And you can be like in my situation where I have no knowledge about VPX. I have no knowledge about OTG because I never experienced anything like this. The 4KP is my first shot at this. I've never owned anything like this. So I've never even done it with a PC. I don't even have a PC that can run this kind of stuff. So I'm a total noob at this. But just being around those guys and talking to them and asking them questions, I was able to download these tables, put them in the correct folder type way, and put in some lines of code and stuff like that, and I was able to get these tables to run. And there's no crashing or anything like that. Like, I was able to do it correctly like they asked me to. They said pick whatever tables you want, and the tables that work good in your opinion, submit them. And we'll approve them or disapprove them, And all three of these tables have been approved, and they're on the GitHub, ready to go.
How many tables would you say are approved right now? Are you allowed to say?
I'm actually allowed to say, and I'm going to show you.
Let's see it.
All right, give me just a second.
Yeah, that's this table. This table looks like it's going to be my favorite, just based on the lighting, the music, the gameplay.
Yeah.
Like, that table looks like it's going to be. But I might like the other tables more.
You're going to like a bunch of tables.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that Royal Rumble. That got approved, right?
That's still being worked on.
Oh, is it? Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's not that big of a deal. We're just trying to get some. We're just trying to get it like up and running. But I'm going to take us off the screen so people can actually read these. But this will tell you who it's been tested by, and what table it is, who makes it, and everything, and how to get it. And if it requires a ROM or anything. Everything that's in green has been completely approved. It's ready to go. And as you can see, there's over 42 that's approved, ready to go. And all these other ones here that are in black and white are being tested currently. Just waiting. They're waiting for approval. But we have over 98 tables ready to go. Or have been tested.
Being tested, right?
Yeah. But we have over 98 ready to go.
Potentially.
Yeah. And we're just tip of the iceberg, man. We're just not even, we haven't even dove deep into it.
No, the VPX community's got a lot of games, which also brings us to, we were considering having one of our first guests on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and he does a lot of the VPX stuff.
Yeah. So Digital Victory is somebody that recently I got in contact with. Actually got in contact with me. He watched my review and half a dozen's review on the 4KP, and he messaged me and said, "Man, I watched both of y'all's reviews, and y'all actually convinced me to buy one." So I finally upgraded, and then I told him about, I asked him about VPX and how hard is it to do OTG, and are you excited about doing OTG? And then I told him I was in the beta program. He's like, "Oh man, I would love to talk to you about that, pick your brain about that, and also I would love to chat with you guys." So I was like, "Yeah, man, I would love to have you on the show or whatnot." So eventually, whenever he's free and we're available on the same time, we can get Digital Victory on here and have a little interview, a little chit chat about digital pinball and virtual pinball and stuff like that. So
yeah, and what it could do for the platform, because I feel like this is, if you don't have one of these yet, I feel like, you know what I mean, this is probably the time to start thinking about pulling the trigger.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm really excited about that. So hopefully we'll set that up and everything, guys. And I'll make sure I'll announce it when that happens and everything, so everybody can make sure they can get here for that. So
yeah.
But now it looks like that's all the time we got for y'all folks. I hope y'all enjoyed the little teaser I showed y'all here at the end about stuff that's going on. I hope y'all are really excited about VPX standalone. I know P-Dubs has shown off a little bit, and so has unofficially Atgames from Facebook. He shared some on the unofficial Facebook too.
Oh, that's official.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I want to make sure I shared here on y'all, from what I was able to do and everything. So, guys, join the Discord, play some Garfield pinball, some My Little Pony pinball, some Trolls pinball, man, and we look forward to Godzilla Pack later this week. And the new update and everything. So
yeah,
that's live on the 31st, right? The live update.
Yeah, supposedly, unless in case that might get delayed too. Ain't no telling,
man, because they don't really tell us until the day of or the day before. So, guys, keep your eyes peeled, your ears open. Y'all enjoy some on some arcades, man. Join the Discord, hang out with us, man. I love you guys. I will see y'all on the next
Retro. Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to